What's up, Dad?
What's up, Dad? What's up? What's up, Dad? What's up?
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Hey everybody, Grayson Thompson here with the What's Up Dad podcast. We got a new episode here with Ed Fleming. Really good guy. Known Ed for a little while in the same industry, which is awesome. We've met a couple times, talked quite a few times, and he's local, which is nice. Reached out to him and we talked about various things, and he wants to do a podcast, has some aces up his sleeve. So I thought, what better way than be on my podcast? Let's talk about the podcast. Let's talk about things that maybe you are needing or of interest of you, and then rock and roll. So I always give time up front. Let my the people that are on here introduce themselves. Tell the listeners anything they want to know about you, or you might want them to know about you, however it is, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect. So I'm Ed Fleming, Shepherd Insurance Partners. We opened up in 2015. And we were just a little, mostly benefits agency. We're a 92% employee benefits agency. Moved down to Grove City, which is where I'm from, in 2016, and just kind of built out the rest of the business. I had a partner at the time. He had produced about $8,000 of revenue in about 18 months. I said, okay, buddy, well, this ain't working for you. So you got to be willing to actually pick the phone up and not just answer the phone. So moved on from him, hired a person named Patty Sheets, who's actually my sister. She'd been in the industry for about 6 years at that point. She had worked for a large commercial agency, great agency in town called Overmeyer and Hall. Brought her on, and she became the glue. I could run around like a maniac, sell, do crazy things like run for city council in the local area, get my ass kicked in the local election, and she made sure that everything just kind of kept going. So since then, we're about 50-50 between benefits and property and casualty.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's exciting stuff. So I did not know, as I tell everybody, all the people that are on the podcast, they fill out a questionnaire. And, I tend to think sometimes I know a little something about some people, and then other times I don't even know the person that might be on the podcast, which is fun.
Yep.
So I learn a lot. But in this situation, I learned some things about Ed that I didn't know, which was kind of fun. So his advice, and I hate to just come out the gate and provide it, his advice the best advice that he ever received. And again, this might not be it, but this is what he put: plenty for every situation. And I'm thinking, all right, there's no way, because I asked for what the advice was, and he's not going to just say that's his advice. I have plenty for every situation. I'm sure you have advice. How about that?
Well, you're a dad.
Yep.
You get it. And I had a dad and a grandpa who liked to do a little soapboxing. So they like to share those odd pearls with you.
Oh, there you go.
And I've had plenty of life experiences that I've been able to turn into a one-liner. So
that's all that matters.
I did comedy for a while, so it just kind of all piled up.
Wait a minute. You did comedy for a while.
Yeah. I was in so Wiley's down in Dayton, and Dayton's funniest person contest through Funny Bone, and then we had a little group. We were on Bob and Tom once. I did a show at the Funny Bone in Columbus. Bombed. I was trying to make it a clean show. All my family was there. But yeah, it was fun.
No freaking way.
Hey, you want a good salesperson? Hire a comedian. They might be drunk, but they can sell.
Oh my gosh. This is great. Man, learning something about everybody. I did not know I would have a real life comedian on my channel. My goodness. This is exciting. So very cool. Very cool. I'm looking through this. Something else from a dad perspective on this. I'm looking here. Now, am I reading this correctly? A fairly new stepdad of 5.
Yeah, so 2 of them I'm not a stepdad to.
Okay.
And then 3 of them I am.
Okay.
And So I went from having what's now a 6-year-old and 9-year-old to a 6-year-old, 9-year-old, 9-year-old, 13-year-old, and 14-year-old.
It's exciting.
So yeah, and we all have birthdays in about 3 weeks of each other, except for 2 of us.
Like, are you talking like 3 weeks, like May 1st to May 21st, like just 1 3-week period, or 3 weeks like back to back to back to back?
So I guess it's what, 4 weeks. It's July 16th, July 23rd, July 31st, August 9th, August 17th.
Love it.
It's just like,
Love
holy shit, that was Christmas that just went by.
That's your Christmas in July. You guys have Christmas?
It is, and it's just as stressful.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Oh my goodness. We have to plan for 3 birthdays. I can only imagine 5. So, we have friends. It's funny. We have friends. I will not name them on here because hopefully he's on the podcast one day. 2 or 3 of his kids, they have 4. 2 of them, I know, one shares the same birth date as the mom. Another one's like the next day or something like that. They are so close. I'm like, how in the world did you guys get so close birthdays? And it's so nice for them because they're like within 30 days, they just plan all one big birthday party. I love it. I know that'll eventually fizzle out as they get older, but at the end of the day, that is like a cheat code for any parent that is on here. Have birthdays that are close when they are young, because that is a cheat code. You can one big shindig, knocks them all out. Everybody comes. I like that.
Yep.
We
did that last year.
Oh.
It was actually on my birthday, and we had the 3 kids of mine. And so this year they all got individual parties.
Okay.
And my wife didn't know, but it was my 6-year-old's first solo birthday party.
Really?
So of her life. So yeah.
That's exciting.
So we had COVID, 2 summers in a row basically. And then before that, she had a couple of shared birthday parties. So it was new for her to get to experience that.
Yeah, I gotta wonder if you guys are listening to the podcast. Like, I gotta wonder, like, is shared? I don't remember having a shared birthday party growing up with my brother. Now, we were 2 years different, but I just don't remember that being a thing. My girls are 2 years different, and they have shared birthday parties, and I just do not remember it being like, all right, kids, you have a birthday in 2023. We're all gonna have a birthday party. Pick a date. I just don't remember it being that way, and I feel like maybe that's a thing now of some sort, but I don't know. It's super interesting if you ask me. So
yeah, it's kind of hard, but it has its benefits.
A little bit. Yeah, I know it's a very I know we're trying to plan the girls' birthday party right now, and we have gotten asked for Paw Patrol, unicorns, horses, and then many other figurines of sorts that they want, which is kind of comical. And my wife settled on we're having a paint party. So not sure how she got to that, but that in some way encases everything that they were looking for. No freaking clue. But she's in charge, not me. So, but fun times. So looking at this, what?
I see. Yeah, it's when you have those birthday parties, it's a different animal. We went wrestling, space, princess, and teenagers. They don't have themes. Their themes are they're cranky.
Their themes are cranky. Oh gosh, I'm sorry for you, and I don't know what's coming. I don't know what's coming, obviously. So, how for the listeners out there, out of curiosity, when did you? So you're a new stepdad of 5. When did you get married, and when did all that occur? Like, at what age were your new kids? Because obviously they're older, right?
Yeah. So they're the 9 to 14-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So we got married July 3rd last year.
Okay.
We had dated basically COVID happened, and we had kind of been going from friends to dating, and it was like, well, I'm not going to see you.
Mm-hmm.
And now all these kids got to go home, and I got a business to run. She had a business to run. So we got to figure this out. So it was like a sink or swim type of thing. We were either going to jump in and we're going to fail really fast, or we're going to jump in and the family was going to kind of congeal together. And that's fortunately, that's what happened.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So
Very cool. Yeah, I can only imagine. I mean, so undoubtedly relatively quick. And if these are too like in depth of questions, please stop me. I think it's good for any and all listeners, especially when you have, split mixed families, split families, different family types. Like, as a dad, I'm sure as a dad, like imagine if you had no kids to 3 kids or 5 kids, or if you had, a situation. So, obviously having kids of your own made it a whole lot easier to accept more kids. I would assume, but I can only imagine for like for the listeners out there, like if you had no kids and you accepted 3, or then there's the conversation of there's a big age gap too.
yeah.
So how was that? I mean, so 14 would have been what, 11 ish or around? Yeah, when you started. How was that? How was that process, and how'd that go down?
So the little ones thought the big girls were just like cool. In fact, that's still how it is. The 9-year-old copies the 13th and 14-year-old. In fact, they went yesterday to Target, and the 13-year-old, everything she said I liked, the 9-year-old said, well, I want that. I want that. And I think it got to the point that the 13-year-old was saying, well, I like those tidy whitey underwear over there, and I like that shampoo, and I like, boy, that soap's nice. And
that's
the
funny.
9-year-old's going, yeah, I like that too. So it has its challenges, because what you really have is you have your birthing order getting kind of disrupted. Because you've got my 9-year-olds went from being the oldest to being a middle child, and my wife's 9-year-old going from being the baby to being a middle child. And oh, by the way, he's the only boy of 5 kids.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, there's no perfect, but there's no. I mean, a house that hasn't gone through that's just a nuclear family. There's no perfect there either.
Sure, you're exactly
they all have
right.
Personalities, and they're all growing up, and they're just kids.
That's funny. That's funny. Now the boy, because he's one of the younger ones, he was yours, right before?
No, that was hers.
Oh, hers. Okay, so he got stuck right in the mix of more girls, huh? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, and I don't. Do you have boys or girls?
I have one boy. How
old?
He's the youngest. He's 14 months old. So.
Okay, so he hasn't tried to kill himself yet.
No, we haven't gone down that path.
Because they do that.
Yeah, I mean, he tries to get in to the the outlets and all that good stuff. I mean, that definitely happens. So,
yep.
That's definitely there. That's for darn sure. So, but
it's just different. The personalities are different. And then the toughest thing is you're constantly second guessing yourself. Are they acting this way because their brains are just, wired up a little differently today, or because they hate me as a stepdad, or because they're feeling some type of stress about the situation? And it's like every interaction, you're like, wait, what actually caused it? You just have like this self-doubt thing going on. It's tough.
So you're saying the boy creates more self-doubt than the 4 girls?
Nope, not at all.
Or all of them are just that way?
They all.
And as
if the 14-year-old is short with you, are you short with me because you're 14, or because you don't like me? Is the 9-year-old having a hard day because 9-year-olds have hard days sometimes, or did I cause some terrible harm from the divorce? You just have all these self-doubts that probably every parent has, but it magnifies a little bit when you're in this situation.
Interesting. I've never heard somebody say it like that or talk about it like that. So I appreciate you sharing that, because it's a different look into it. I mean, obviously I've never personally experienced it in that way. But I guess I've experienced being like that. I have a step brother. So the way my dad treats me versus him, and all that good stuff. So I've experienced it in that way, but not as a parent, which is interesting. So, very tough. Interesting. Cool. So are you open to sharing what your podcast is about for the people that are listening, or no?
Yeah. So we've got I've actually got the album work already put, or the thumbnail. I'm not 60, but I sound like I'm 60.
No, not at all. What are you talking about?
So I've got the artwork of the thumbnail done on the one. It's my wife and I We call it Shenanigans, I think, with Ed and Katie.
Okay.
And we've recorded 2 episodes. And that's kind of like, so she's a realtor, and she's a top 5% realtor in Columbus.
Oh, awesome.
So stays busy all year. And of course, I own Shepherd Insurance Partners. And it's kind of like, what's it like having jobs, having different jobs, a mixed family of 5, and all the challenges that come with that, and the fun that we have, and just the goofiness. And then the other one is Shane at the office here. I think we're calling it Covered with Ed and Shane. And it's going to be, bring in a guest, talk for a half hour, and then do another half hour on just, whatever. We're trying to do that kind of content, get them in, but then this isn't education. We're not trying to bore you with insurance. Nobody wants that, right?
Wait, insurance is extremely sexy. I don't know what you're talking about.
It is.
It is the sexiest thing I've ever talked about. I mean, I tell you, I love running reconstruction cost estimates and dealing with claims adjusters. I mean,
say that word slower to me.
Reconstruction. Oh my. I mean, I love the in-depth conversations I have with my insureds about how their home, it would take more to rebuild it than what they paid for it. I love telling them that.
I know.
I mean, it's music to their ears at the end of the day. So.
It's one thing though. You tell somebody, oh, you bought that for $200,000 in 2010. Cool. It's like $800,000 to rebuild it.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's like kids though. It's like trying to explain things to kids, like the adult version of things to kids. Like, I feel like that's what it is. And I'm not, and my goodness, that probably just spoiled. This is a one take, guys. We're not getting rid of this. So like, I hope it doesn't spoil anybody's thoughts on my insurance abilities. I don't think that you're kids. I'm just saying, like, it's trying to explain that sometimes it makes it hard because we have to break it down. It's like having to break it down with our children.
Well, not all. And the thing is, when you're gathering the information, you can kind of set the expectation.
Mm-hmm.
Is what do you think it costs to rebuild your home? What if I put a number of $150 a square foot in your head, and they can sit there and do the math real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my house is 2,000 square foot. Oh, wow, that's a lot of money. And if it's a little bit above that, well, you've already kind of said it. But it's also that's a way to qualify your buyer.
Sure.
Because if they start fighting with you, you can say, okay, well, our agency, we have standards. Go ahead and send the quote how we would quote it. And maybe you don't press so hard, or you don't, you're not going to have an intelligent conversation with that person. But there's other agencies.
Yeah.
And that agency would fit probably a little bit better for a buyer.
Mm-hmm.
We focus on clients here. I think the same thing there, where your clients are educated, they're savvy, but there is still sticker shock when you show up. Like, yeah, this is $1 million. Like, the hell it is. I'm going to light my house on fire.
Oh, my gosh. That's fantastic.
I probably say a lot of things I shouldn't say. But
that's all good.
Who I am.
No, we all have those conversations. Insureds are, customers are fun and they get it. They have a hard time. I mean, it's a cost that they can never recognize. I was talking to a carrier today, and I relate a lot of these things to family dynamics and dealing with kids and schools and stuff and whatnot. But it was funny. It's like the law of sickness. Every kid's probably dealt with some type of sickness since they got back to school right now. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like the law of sickness. Right. Well, same thing goes. There's a law of claims that occurs in our industry. And I mean, when it gets bad, it's like it gets bad for everybody, and we're in that right now. I mean, I think we submitted like 200 claims last month, or no, like in May and June, we submitted like 200 claims just alone. And, and it was just like one after another. It was just like a bunch of sick kids coming in, you know what I mean? And you're dealing with it and you're helping them through their situation and stuff. And it's just, it's a tough world that we live in, but that's it, and you just try to help them out through it and go through everything and just do the best you can. So just do the best you can. So I'm going through your thing here, and I am looking at stuff, and I have to ask a question because my wife does a similar thing here. And it's kind of awkward that I'm comparing my wife to another man, but, I pronounce words strangely. Give me a word that you pronounce strangely. I got to hear this.
So the best one that they always make fun because they hear me doing a quote or getting the information for a quote is "How old your roof?"
Roof.
So my kids will start barking at me.
Love it. Love it.
Bunch of little assholes.
That's fantastic. My my wife has a hard time for some reason. Ever since I met her, saying the word hanger, like a physical hanger. I don't like the G in the N and something just messes with her. And her parents used to make fun of her for some stupid reason, and just give her words. So it's funny that you say like you pronounce words funny. It's like the word goth or golf or golf or golf or whatever it is. I swear, being from the South, like I get made fun of all the time. We have one set of friends that always make fun of me that you're going golfing.
Yep.
Like, so I get it. I mean, I feel your pain. It's just, but roof. I give you that one. That one's kind of good.
I got that. I got burrito, dolphin. They hit me on everything.
Yeah. My father-in-law, when Chipotle come in town, on Hilliard Run Road, he one day called it Chipotle.
Yeah, that's actually what we called it at our house.
Yeah, as everybody does, but he actually called it that because he thought it was what it was. And I was like, oh my goodness, like what? Really, old man? Yeah, that was that.
Well,
so
what's funny with you just said the word. Often we hear people from out of town say, where are you going? Well, we're going to Hilliard.
Yeah.
Hilliard, where the hell is Hilliard?
Or Mere.
Yeah.
Where's Mere at? I don't even know. Yeah, Mere. It's another one of those that just, pronunciation of fun names and stuff like that. So that's fantastic.
Yep.
So how did you find out that you yell in your sleep other than your wife? I mean, did you get recorded one night? Like, what are you yelling at?
All right. So it's funny. Here, I'll tell you, this is a great little segue.
All right.
So I have a reoccurring nightmare I've had since I was like 10.
Oh, no.
Ghostface from Scream.
Mm-hmm.
That guy has chased me for 25 years. So,
wow.
And
all right.
And my wife tells me, she says, it sounds like you're humming. And then you'll be humming louder. Then all of a sudden, I say, okay, well, that's when he probably stabs me. So she heard this a few times, and she thought it would be funny. And this sounds terrible. It is terrible. But it was night. It was like Halloween time. I go to the bathroom. I come out, and there's a ghost face, like, as soon as I get out of the bathroom. And I punch it right in the face. And it was my wife.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. That is great. That is great.
And so she's sitting on the ground, like, crabbing her jaw. I was like, oh, no. I'm going to jail.
Yep. That's bad. Yeah, I'm rough. I do a little bit of sleepwalking. No idea where that came from. My wife hates it. So that's kind of comical. And she is the world's worst. She is the world's worst. So the problem is my wife like eggs me on when I sleepwalk. She'd be like,
yeah,
like if I like something happened and then like I might get up for whatever reason, I hear like a noise. So like I'm a super light sleeper and just always been that way. And like if I hear something and I get up and then like my mind just like it's like what is going on, right? And then like let's say I end up waking her up. She like eggs me on. She's like, "What are you looking for? Why are you looking for that? Did you find it?" I'm like, obviously I have no freaking clue what's going on. I'm not in my right mind. And then to try to go back to bed after that is a nightmare. But you know what? You talk about reoccurring nightmare. Don't have one of Ghostface. However, there has been a many times, and maybe this is something that's like something that some shaman reader would tell me that I got problems in my life. But my ongoing one is being chased or running from something or to something and not being fast enough. Like just not like almost like I'm running and
like in
and
sand?
Like
you're running in sand?
Like I'm running in sand and I just cannot get there, or like the distance just keeps going further and further away, or like I'm stuck, or I'm just gassed or whatever it is. And I feel like I've had that nightmare so many times. Now
Yeah.
I don't talk in my sleep for that one or anything. I mean, she's never said that I've done that or any of that stuff. But that one is just like such a wicked dream. You talk about your ghost face thing, which that's kind of creepy. But this is like super. It's a mental game, right? Like it's such a mental thing. It plays on you, you know. Oh man, couldn't imagine like if it were one like that. That would be rough. Throw that on top.
Yeah,
of it.
I mean, I laugh at it at this point, but yeah, it's like, son of a bitch. Can it at least be somebody new?
Oh,
I know I've got other people that want to stab me.
oh man, that's funny. That's funny. Other people that want to stab me. I got some other insurance agents that are out to get me. No, I'm just kidding. All the business I've stolen from them. That's great. That's too good.
Yeah.
So, very cool. Very cool. All right. So, you like golfing, which I probably said that wrong. You like reading. You like to date your wife. That's important. You know, and then you like to hang out with OSU friends and Browns friends. I didn't realize there's that many Browns people around here. Ha. Like it's everywhere.
I mean, we're dedicated.
That's what I've heard. So that's what I've heard. So, that is great. That is great. So, other things you put on here, reading twice. Are you into any specific type of reading? Do you do anything for dad stuff, or you just like to read in general? Or
So there is a book that I love. It's called The Go-Giver.
Okay.
I honestly give it to people that work here, or I was the president of the chamber in Grove City. I gave it out to every board member. I encourage everybody to read it. It's about a day read.
Okay.
It's not exactly deep. But after that, the like self-help and all that, it's like the same thing over and over.
Okay.
I don't get into that a whole lot, but I love reading about history. I loved Atlas Shrugged, The Fountainhead. I like a guy named Tim Dorsey. He did Florida Roadkill. Hilarious book. He did a couple other like Hammerhead Ranch and Orange Crush, all kind of around this one very crazy serial killer who's also a history buff. But it's kind of an anti-hero type guy. But I'll read anything. Right now I'm reading, I think it's called Massacre at the Mission. It's kind of unraveling the lie of the Whitman massacre that happened up in Pacific Northwest. And we made it seem like the white guy was killed by the Indians, and then the Indians were rightfully conquered. Not exactly how that all worked out.
Interesting.
So it's interesting to read about that. Next, I'm probably going to read a John Lennon book, just the last days of John Lennon. Before that, I read Dave Grohl, which it was like reading his diary, just like notes. Really entertaining, not really deep. Your brain can just kind of turn off and, go into it.
I am not a big reader whatsoever. I've never been at all. And I always tell people, like, that's like my New Year's resolution that I fail at every year of I'm going to read more books because everybody tells me I need to read more. But I love the fact that you're the first person that's not telling me I should read, all these self-help books. And
it's exhausting.
It is. It is. I think they're important. Don't get me wrong. I think they're important. I think they're helpful, right? I mean, they're definitely helpful. I'm more like a visual person, so I love seeing like reels on like inspirational reels on Instagram, or like hearing and listening to people speak. Like that's something that gets me going, right? In the same way than just reading a book. I have a hard time reading a book about it. It's just it's
well,
difficult.
The problem, if you're in that position, for me, I know some people, everybody's different. If I'm in that position, I need somebody to like give me a perspective. So I honestly would rather, go see a therapist if I'm in that type of situation. I need to work through something. I'm stuck. I'm, whatever. Or, before that, if it's something I feel comfortable opening up to my wife about. But sometimes it's easier to share stuff with somebody that you'll just never see again.
Sure.
But that's just me.
Yeah, now I've been told to go see a therapist. Well, thanks, Ed. I really appreciate that. Guys, this has been a great podcast. I might not be back next week as I'll be scheduling my next therapy appointment. That's funny. That's great. No, I love it. So, All right. So in every episode, we talk about all kinds of fun things. You're clearly an OSU fan. You're a Browns fan. Are you okay? Here's the big question: are you PGA pro or live golf? Where your stance on that? I got to get the inside knowledge of a person that watches golf. What are you thinking?
Well, what I think is the PGA really painted themselves in a corner, and I could see maybe an antitrust lawsuit coming out of this.
Sure.
The Masters. I went to the Masters in 2014.
Okay.
U.S. Open. I like the heritage. I like the tradition. However, I'm also a capitalist. So I am very much into a guy saying, this is my brand. This is how I make money. It's my job. And I want to maximize my earnings. And this is the best way for me to do that.
Sure.
So if it's an enticing match, I would turn it on.
Sure. Okay. All right. I like it. I think money talks.
Yep.
That's what it's about. I mean, if we are negatively impacting people's fortunes by that's what the live golf tour is doing. Like they're positively impacting people, right? And the PGA was not necessarily doing that. However, there's this other side of like Phil Mickelson has made a boatload of money. Tiger Woods has made a boatload of money, right? Mm-hmm. But the caveat to that is most of their money, or a substantial amount of their money, has been made off the golf course. That's
but think of it like, so have you ever read Atlas Shrugged?
No, I have not.
There's a very long that book could be about 500 pages shorter, and it would still be like 700 pages. So there's a very long speech towards the end of the book, and the gist of it is you don't have a right to what's in my head or in my heart.
Okay.
Just because I'm a doer in society, you don't have a right to it. I don't have to do that and give it away. There's no altruistic, I don't have to be told that, well, you need to lower your price because this guy over here needs that for free, and it's for the greater good. Yeah, that's not how it works.
Sure.
These guys were given a talent, and they're just simply saying, you don't owe me. You don't own my talent. I own my talent. And if the PGA would let these guys own their pictures, own their brand effectively, we wouldn't be talking about this.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. It almost sounds like the stuff going on with college sports. I mean, in reality, when you think about it, it's these kids never owned their brand, and now they have, and now they're driving around, and now they can freely drive around in their Mercedes Benz that have been given by the dealership, and they can feed their family because they got a little extra bread in their pocket. You know what I mean? So like, I mean, it's just an extension of that, of people just wanting to say, you know what, I need to be paid for what I am, and not like the PGA doesn't need to be necessarily paid. So I just my thing is follow the money. However, where I step out and I say, like, you signed a contract, you're working for somebody, like, follow through with it too. Right. So there's like the other side of that in the aspect of like, I mean, we can talk contracts, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we can talk contracts, but the reality of it is like, if you sign for something, you should know what it is, and you should understand the repercussions of it, and things that are coming.
Well, I mean, there's really no contract though. They're just a member of the PGA, and they went to the PGA and said, we'd like the opportunity, at least, like Phil Mickelson did.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'd like the opportunity, and they said no. And so Phil Mickelson said, well, I'm take my talents elsewhere. And it's kind of like LeBron when he jumped ship from the Cavs. He didn't break the contract or anything. He just, all right, I'm out.
Yeah. Well, if that's what's happening, then that's what's happening. I just say follow the money.
I think the other guys, there might be some other guys doing different things, but I think what started with Phil, that's the basis of it. He wanted to own his thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't play golf. I play golf, but I'm not making money like that, so therefore it doesn't matter to me, and nor is it not applicable. The reality of it is, I'll watch it on Sundays, or as frequently as I possibly can. I'll play as many scrambles as possible because that's a lot of fun. And just have a blast at doing it. So it's all that matters. All that matters. All right.
Yep.
Couple things we will leave on this. A couple things I got for you. What's your go-to bourbon right now? You said bourbon and wine are your go-to alcohol drinks. You got any go-tos now? I mean, bourbon's the craze.
Right now I've got a bottle of Angel's Envy that friend Nick gave me for my birthday.
Okay.
Bourbon, I'm whatever I can find that sounds interesting. I love Larceny. That's probably my favorite right now.
Okay.
Problem with Larceny is you can probably drink about 4 and go, ooh, that's smooth. I'll take a fifth, and then just kind of fall over.
That's great.
That smooth stuff will get you.
A little bit.
And then red wine, dry red wine. There's something called Freemark Abbey that I really like.
Okay.
But that's it. I'm not. I've had to change how I drink in the last couple of years when I've become an insulin dependent diabetic. So it kind of changed the landscape for me.
I can understand that might affect things.
Yeah, I don't want to die.
Yep. You'd like to have another drink, so why not be more proper, right? Like, I'm going to continue this tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So, all right. Are any of your kids diabetic, or was that no?
It's a autoimmune disorder.
Oh, okay.
So CBD.
Okay.
We'll
Gotcha.
find out. So.
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Yeah. Does it run in your family or anything, or any of that, or?
Autoimmune does.
Autoimmune. Okay.
So mom has one. Her mom had one. So if your parents are autoimmune, you've got a 50-50 chance of forming an autoimmune disorder, and then there are an endless list of autoimmune disorders. So,
Oh wow.
So I got this one.
Oh. Sounds.
It's fun.
A lot, like a lot. Sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll hope the kids. You know, I always say it's like awkward to say, like, I hope they don't get it, right? Like, I hope they don't have to deal with it. I mean, and that's like such a positive thing to say, but it sounds so bad, like, for you, right? Like, the reality of it is, like, I'm sure whatever it is looks like you're doing the best you can with your life, and I hope if they get whatever it is, they're able to do the best they can with their life. That's the way I view it. I mean,
I got it because I can handle it.
Yeah.
That's what we get in life, is what we can handle.
I love that. That has to be your advice for the day right there, because honestly, that's phenomenal. That's a great one-liner. My goodness, that's a great one-liner. Any last advice for the listeners today? Before we hop off. So I really appreciate you being on.
I think everybody can take this advice right now. Is just lighten up. Everybody's taking their lives, the world, just way too serious. I think if everybody step back and just realize that everybody's trying to do the best they can, instead of constantly analyzing every little sentence that everybody says, or if somebody does offend you, just what's it really matter? How does that guide your life?
Got it. I like that. I can go with that. So I'm not coming with anything heavy today. I got a couple dad jokes that I wanted to go with. Those. So, I feel like these are so corny. These are corny dad jokes. So we're gonna go with some corny dad jokes today. Can February March? No, but April May.
Yeah.
I mean, just as corny as can be, like, right? Why don't crabs give to charity?
Why not?
Because they're shellfish. Yep, I know. Terrible right now.
That's a good accountant ring.
Yeah. Let me make sure. Why do melons have weddings?
I don't know why. Because
they can't elope. I mean, I'm just saying. I am on a roll today, guys. There's a ton of them. And then the last one, just because it's fun times. I got hit in the head with a can of Diet Coke today. Don't worry, I'm not hurt. It was a soft drink. Yeah, didn't even laugh at that one. Didn't even laugh at that one. Jeez, oh Pete's. Well, just remember all these dad jokes.
You've heard this one though.
All right, let's go.
Why is 10 scared?
Why?
Because 7, 8, 9.
I've heard that. My favorite joke in my household, and my daughters think it's comical, and my daughter copies me, but for some reason she hasn't got it right yet. So they say I'm thirsty, and I say, well, I'm Friday. Come over Saturday, and we'll have a Sunday. And my daughter, it pisses her off every time I say that, because we're in always in the spot to which she's in the third row of the van, and I can't get her anything to drink or whatever it is, and it pisses her off. But then she tries to use that joke for every little thing. Like her sister said she's hungry, or I say I need something. She's like, well, I'm there, and I'm like, you little, trying to be funny. There's going to be something.
Well, there's always humor in life. Try having back when the 6-year-old was a 5-year-old, she'd go to her mom's house and we would inevitably get a text like at Christmas time after we watched Home Alone. Did you know your daughter just told me to shut up, you little jerk?
I love it.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So, all right. Well, Ed, it was a pleasure. Thanks for coming on here today and just giving us a different look at, different things that are going on in life. On the What's Up Dad podcast, we were trying to just hear from a lot of different people, different perspectives, and understand what's going on there. We're all dads living different lives. We might be in the same industry and share some common ground, but we're all dads, and that's the cool part about it. So I will make sure to when Ed posts his podcast, I'm going to make sure to put it out there. So definitely follow, see that that's out there. He's got some cool things going on with Shepherd Insurance Partners. So maybe a competitor, but Ed's a good guy. And honestly, if you got insured by him, I know you were in a good place too. So that's what matters. But yeah, no, thanks for coming on. And until next time, guys, if you have not, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, tune in, whatever you're doing to any of the podcast places you're at, whether it's Spotify or something or another. They're all listed and we're everywhere. So make sure you give us a review if possible, and we're excited for the next one. Thanks.
Very cool. See you, bud.
See ya.
What's up, Dad? Hey, Dad, what's up?